Hey dear audiences, lockdown and coronavirus has actually taught us some very big lessons about human relationships, jobs, importance of money, as well as the necessity of making people each other connected. You know, online learning, actually teachings have actually become so much popular these days. In fact, when I started making videos for the first time back in 2017, I predicted that within the next 5 years, everything will be in online. So this time online learning has become so much popular. It's not because actually coronavirus, it's because of the change of the nature. We have a generation which is actually running just because we have to remember that the generation is actually putting too much risks on their actually heads. It's actually putting their head under generation just because it believes that generation is so much, what I say, technology driven. It depends on technology so much. It believes in technology. So everyone is doing business online, everyone is studying online, everyone is doing everything in online. So what about human relationships? Is it not becoming so much mechanized? What I say, something human relationships which are very much sophisticated when it comes to the love, marriage, divorce, and some other very sophisticated, what I say, sensational things. To be honest, human beings are actually learning each other once again when it has been so much difficult for us to actually reconcile each other's personality and each other's lifestyles. And lockdown has taught us some very big lessons about lifestyle. One of the biggest lessons is that actually I predicted that, you know, if the people of Bangladesh, people of other countries who don't speak Bengali, English as the very first language, I mean, they will be focused, they will be, what I say, becoming more and more acquainted with the newest technological things like artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics. This will be the very first premiere. So to the future generations, I would like to request, please, I wasted a lot of time in my lifetime. Today I regret, why did I not learn computer and English from the very scratch of my lifetime? So when I was in class 1 or when I started to study in school, college, or when I was in the very first year in the university, why did I not feel the very importance of English and computer? To be honest, these two things are so much important at this time because you know, everyone has got the very importance that it's not about just understanding English, it's also about being able to communicate in this very language properly, because globalization is forcing everyone to know and to speak loudly about it. It's not about, you know, translation machines are actually taking a lot of time for us to be at our hand, but at the same time we must be focused on, what I say, making ourselves competent citizens for the 21st century. So, you know, what I could not do, I must be actually spreading the very good news gospel to the people out there, that please be focused not only on what I say, English, but also on computer programming. What is actually very important is that I wasted a lot of time. I studied foreign policy, diplomacy, international relations, history, you know, political science, economics, international political economy, all the sophisticated things. These things are very, very important and very amazing thing to study. But to my understanding, when I was in the third year in the university, I found some staggering changes in my lifestyle, and I found that one of the teachers in my university actually taught me some lessons that university will not provide you anything without a certificate. So of course I found, without certificate, I found great lessons from the university to be a good human person. Teachers taught me how to be good human beings, taught me something, what I say, behaviors. I was taught a lot of things from my friends who are really, really great and very generous, humble, and knowledgeable guys I was with. So what I have to believe that universities, educational institutions are must. But as far as coronavirus and lockdown is concerned, you know, these things may not be forever in our lifetime, but it has given us a big lesson that environment, human relationships, this must be maintained respectfully, because you know, coronavirus and lockdown has made our human relationships much more sophisticated. People are getting so much focused on online relationships, online shopping, everything is online. So what you would have to do is that making softwares and putting people, you know, isolated from each other is so much painstaking. Let's be united on the very front that in my previous videos I have expressed myself, that secular liberal democracy and, you know, what I say, knowing English in the first place and doing what I say, computer programming or coding for every kids is should be made compulsory. So universities and everything will be, what I say, worthless within the days. I mean, even the universities are opened after the lockdown. If lockdown, there will be worthless, because people will be actually acquainted with the YouTube videos and lots of other online contents. And so YouTube teachers, that will be more popular and popular. Their acceptance will be felt in more speed and more accelerated way. So what I will have to actually convey to the people are that please don't actually be isolated in that way, that human relationships must be respected. At the same time, money which we actually borrow from other people, which we actually lend to other people, should also be respected. Honestly speaking, it has taught us that environment must be maintained too. So coronavirus has taught us some big lessons. The predictions I made, and predictions I have made before the lockdown too, I made some big predictions. I'm not claiming myself to be a big predictor or telling that what I say, my predictions have been totally correct. I don't claim that, but the very fundamental and universal requirements in the 21st century are to have good knowledge in English, and to know how to be able to operate a computer, and to know about the computer programming and software making. These are very important, and everything will be so much digitalized day after day. That's why the future generation will have to focus on that. And to the guardians, please don't be concerned while your kids are doing spending a lot of time online. Please make them persons of personality that won't harm themselves. If you just tease them, brainwash them, telling that if you copy those things, explicit consents online, you're gonna harm your body and mind. You're gonna exploit your what I say, soul and mind, and it's going to give you a lot of difficult time. At the same time, in relationships, especially when it comes to the human relationships, parents need to understand that it's a 21st century time. Everything will be so much going so fast. That's why frustration when it comes to the relationships, it's so much painful for the youngsters. Please tell the youngsters, if you really aren't established, or to some extent finding some very great places, get them married, because it will take time for them to understand some very crucial aspects of their life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So coronavirus has taught us some big lessons. That's the very message I want to say to the people, that the lessons that we have learned today should not be forgotten in the future time. Thank you so much. Goodbye for now.